forged a relationship with Beverly Johnson, who remained my teacher for 16 years until she passed away a year and a half ago. And she was, of course, the biggest part of, the biggest support. A voice teacher is the crucial piece in a very complicated puzzle, which is required to be put together for one to have everything it takes to do this and do it well. And without that relationship, which is a personal relationship, you can't say, well, here are the 5 greatest voice teachers in the world. It's very individual. One has to have a common terminology, a common language. It's so hard to teach singing because these are involuntary muscles. It amazes me. Sometimes I wake up and I think, I don't know how anybody ever learns how to do this. It's impossible. And then other days, it's so easy. I think this has got to be what flying would feel like. And because one has a sense, when you're singing a long phrase, it has a feeling of soaring because it's on the breath. And it's so free. You know, I don't have to press any buttons. I just hear the phrase and it comes out, and when it's at its greatest. So that's an incredibly crucial part of the puzzle. I also had a Fulbright grant and studied in Germany for a year and learned to speak German fluently, which was very important because that helped me gain other languages. That gives me more freedom. One is always trying to break down barriers between the imagination and the creation of this art. And it's about how many barriers can I break down today? The vocal one, the language one, the cultural one, the physical one, and then the freedom, the mental freedom, the courage. One has to be very courageous to do this. It's very risky.
Yes, well, you're vulnerable, really. I mean, the instrument is right here. It isn't that you have a violin or something.
No. I have lots of times when I think, if I could just go to the store or borrow somebody else's today, I'd be very pleased. But no, and the voice is very fragile. We don't know from one day to the next if we're still going to be singing a month from now. And that's living on a tight wire to feel that way about the instrument. The voice, more than any other instrument, I think, is that mysterious and that fragile.
Renee, what do you do to protect your voice or save your voice?
I worry a lot.
I
just brought worrying to an art form. I mean, it's way up there. No, I try to live moderately. I try really hard not to be terribly neurotic, but I think the key is technique. If you have physical health, then the key is really staying on top of your technique, and that is not easy. People who have longevity are miraculous, I think. Especially sopranos. We seem to be the worst. We kind of don't last a lot of times.
Why?
I don't know. But I realized it. It's just, that's the voice. Even maybe tenors too. The high voices, I suppose, because we're the ones who are who live and die on our high notes. And bassists tend to have the longest careers, if I had to generalize. Isn't that true?
It is true. It is true.
Never really thought about it, but yeah.
When did you first enter the Met audition?
Oh, I was in graduate school at Eastman, and my pianist loves to tell this story. He is now the head of the music staff at the Houston Grand Opera and the chorus master there. And he said, about a week before the audition, I said,